They've just got the YouTube live stream going up. Finding the TikTok. Be good to go. Hey, GNX. Patient Ben, oh, this game looks cool, man. Is it like Rogue Trader or something? Yes, it's made by the same development team, Owlcat Studios. Now, I thought the story was good and everything in Rogue Trader, but I didn't finish it because it's one of those games where I feel like I can only play for like an hour or two at a time. Because unfortunately, unlike something like Baldur's Gate, not much of the dialogue is actually voiced by voice actors, and there's a lot of reading for me to do as a streamer, and I feel like I've got to put a lot of effort in to put a try and do different voices for different characters myself. And yeah, it's kind of exhausting to do that continuously. Whereas you've got something like Baldur's Gate, nearly every character you come across has got his voice acted, and it's great. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just knocking out of the park, those guys, with that game. What is that noise? I heard that noise before. Just turning my lights on real quick. There we go. Switch the scene over. So it is a hey guys, what's going on? We got a Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy playtest. I was just actually I think the community manager reached out to me in the last hour or so and asked me if I wanted to play it, and I said, yeah, why not? Let's go. Let's jump into it. So yeah, we're gonna give it a go, I think. Yeah, so this one, I think I might be more interested in this one because this kind of follows an Inquisitor, I think, right? Whereas the Rogue Trader kind of follows somebody who is kind of, or a team of people that are after wealth, after the financial gain kind of thing, and they're kind of like escapades in the Milky Way galaxy, kind of thing as they go around. Whereas the Dark Heresy is going to be probably more akin to where you're playing as an Inquisitor. You kind of like almost a murder mystery type thing where you're going around and investigating heretics and where heresy might be and taking it out, right? It follows a rogue trader, obviously. But people don't know who a rogue trader is. Those are like, what is a rogue trader? Kind of some like a group of people with a rogue trader got their own kind of distant dynasty and only really answer to themselves. They mostly like do housekeeping, their own in-housekeeping kind of thing. Whereas Dark Heresy with Inquisitor, he'll be obviously, deep-seated into the Imperium, following all the rules and regulations there and everything. So we're kind of curious to see how this one will be different. Based on the artwork alone, it looks like there's interestingly there is a Eldar unit in the roster by looks of it. There looks to be like is that a Groot Tau type unit as well that looks like a sniper type of character. Looks like there is a Katachan dude as well because of the red bandana. Ogrin in the back, and then on the left, I'm not sure. That looks like some kind of medic type character, but I'm not sure who that is. So Hoja, thank you so much for the 9 months. Cheers, buddy. How you doing? And so slowly converting his channel to Warhammer. Dude, do I just like make the full transition to Warhammer? Just don't play anything apart from Warhammer going forward. Make a VTuber model that is a Warhammer 40k model. I don't know. Right, it's working now. Here we go, right. Just updating the this thing over here real quick, guys, so bear with me. That's a good background. That's nice. All right, we should be good to go then on the TikTok now as well. Get that going. Dude, yeah, I still got that Warhammer model for free somewhere. Like, not the last year or so, but before, you know, I guess 2 years ago, I was regularly receiving Warhammer kind of gift packages for like the Warhammer Week or whatever it was. There was like they used to do like a, well, I think they still do it, but they stopped giving me them for some reason. I like receiving them. They're quite nice. Like Warhammer something, Warhammer Fest or something. That was it. Warhammer Skulls event. Unfortunately, Dark Heresy is not listed on TikTok's thing, so I'll have to just go with Rogue Trader, sadly. Music's pretty loud. Let me turn it down a bit. I can hardly hear it. Okay, are we all ready to jump into this? Let's give it a go, shall we? Dark Heresy, launch. How does one access the alpha? There was some instructions on their Discord, but I just got reached out by the community manager. They just gave me a key, so I'm not sure how actually you get the access to the alpha. I think there were some instructions, I think. Here we go. Let me see. How to join the alpha. Go to the website. Here we go. Let me give you the link to the website. Here we go. There you go. There's the link to their website, and you can follow the instructions there. All right, let's do this, boys. Here we go. Dark Heresy. I'm thinking, actually, for Dawn of War 4, you know how I've got the Union Jack, the DAC flag, the Soviet flag and stuff for transitions? I might try and see if I can get flags for 40k factions as well, which would be really cool. Okay. Constantly. Oh God. Accessibility. All right. Let's give it a go. Are we ready, everybody? Are we ready to dive into Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy? I haven't really watched too many of the trailers. I've only just seen snippets of it, so I'm not sure what the exact story is, but I assume we are maybe a budding brand new Inquisitor, or someone who's training to be an Inquisitor or something like that, and we amass a ragtag crew again. So here we go. Oh, there's 2 presets here, so we could go the Maris Portum Sectoris level aquatic activity stable. Archive testimony report. The Acolyte of the Inquisition completed their missions to retrieve the artifact from Schulter's Valor, but lost his mentor, Inquisitor Leander del Tara, in the process. Immediately after the trial, the Acolyte of the Inquisition headed to the lower levels of the Hive to the Maris Portum Sectoris. Acolytes escort Catachan Jungle Fighter Chirugan sanctioned Psyker. Or we pick this one. Critical. The Acolyte of the Inquisition failed the mission to retrieve the artifacts from Schulter's Valor, but managed to save his mentor. What's the difference here? And managed to save them. So I guess there's 2 kind of ways to go about it. Following the trial, the Acolyte of the Inquisition first headed to the spires, descended into the thingy. Acolytes catch a finance, so yeah. While in the spires, the Acolyte of the Inquisition was made an agreement with the Fabricated General and was assigned the task of re-establishing communication with the Sacred Machine. So I assume this might be a harder mission. We might want to try the first mission on the left-hand side first. I mean, stable makes me think it's going to be like medium difficulty. Critical makes me think it's going to be a harder difficulty level. I haven't really ever seen people use these kind of difficulty labels before, but if that is the case, something different. But we'll give this one a go. And we'll try this then, so here we go. Oh wait, no, here's the level difficulty, so custom, normal, and daring. We'll just leave it on normal, I think, for the moment. What does daring do? No 20% and no buffs. Yeah, we'll just do normal, and then we can, if it's too easy, we can always ramp it up later, and because this is just the first kind of tester to see what it's about. We want to enjoy the experience first. Once we got the hang of the game's mechanics, we can always up the difficulty later. Yeah, so this guy's like the Rambo guy, isn't he? Catachan Jungle Fighter. One of the fierce warriors of the Imperial Guard. I wonder what he's doing in the service of an Inquisitor. Alright, here we go. That's that, we're all gonna die in here. The Hivers, they've come to punish us. Renard Hive. Inquisitor Millicentilia and Battle Sister Septimia are in the Maris Portum Sectoris, one of the lower hab zones of Hive Sibelius. Lord Inquisitor Anton Serb has instructed the Acolyte to travel to the Maris Portum to assist the representatives of the Tarantine Cabal. So we have 2 objectives here. Find Sister Septimia. Okay, so she's the Adeptus Sororitas. And find the Inquisitor Millicentilia. Okay. So it feels like we've started this kind of like alpha is kind of already taken place midway through the story, something like that. Because we've already been given a lot of characters. But like a game like this, if you're starting off brand new, you probably should only get a couple of characters or just one character to start with. I felt like the Rogue Trader first, game had that. You started off just with the one character and built up more characters as you progress through the story. So left click is moving everybody around, right? So who do we have here? Acolyte. Tony. Look at this guy's. Why can't I look at this guy's information? There we go. Armor durability. So he's got more armor compared to this guy. Well, he's got hardly any armor. 12 armor durability. No armor on Sorrow. Sorrow, he looks like an Adeptus Mechanicus type guy. Based on his clothes, but I'm not sure. Yeah, what else we got going in? So we've got movement points. Stuff, okay. Tell me any information about these characters at all. Can I look at, apart from just this? Is there like a information sheet? Okay, so we can see what weapons she's got. So she is called Eponate. She's a flamethrower and a shotgun. Yeah, she is the healer by the looks of it, yeah, as I suspected. She's got kind of Imperial Guard fatigues on, kind of like the armored carapace and stuff on. Is that actually in her equipment, I wonder? Oh, look here. So, flamers, medical kits, shotgun shells. So this is we put 5 points into all these points at some point. What about you? So this guy, what does he do? He's got a staff. So he's the okay, no, so he's a psyker by looks of it. He's got psychic abilities, I think. Firestorm, Assail, Blaze Weave, some cool, okay. Oh yeah, here we go. Psyker down here. Sanction Pyromancer. Telekinesis. Cool, cool. Alright, let's look at Heimer, the Catachan Devil. Let's look at this guy. Oh, no, the Catachan Devil's that big horrible centipede thing from I remember playing one before he hit Gladius. I guess people might call him a devil because he's that elite. So, yeah, he's kind of more of a melee guy, but looks like he's got his dagger. He's also got a heavy stubber. But yeah, he'd probably be more of a melee guy, I would suspect. Toughness, yeah, 45. Ballistic skills, pretty good at 55, actually. Okay. And then we'll look at the main, the Acolyte. That's my main character, who, and I look like I've got a bunch, tons of servo skulls on me as well. What's all that about? So it looks like I have a sniper rifle. Las gun with a scope at least. We also have... Oh, no, we do have a sniper rifle there. Okay, so we've got both. And my guy's more of a long-range dude. Bring it down, get back into the fight. Heroic acts. Officer. Imperial Imperium Noble. What? It doesn't say anything about his servo skulls. What's all the deal with his servo skulls on this? He's got one that's got like a scripture. One's maybe a scanner. They don't seem to operate independently. They all move around as one kind of entity by looks of things, which is a bit of a shame. I guess it'd be harder for them to program all three of them being different. Right. So let's see what we're going to do here. So our mission is to go into the hive, but I guess we'll maybe speak to the residents of this hive. So let's just have a quick look over here. What we got over here? Some local. A peg leg. A flock preacher. Change squad options there. What? I can maybe get somebody else there. Let's speak to this guy. Marsport is better than you think, Upper Hiver. Just don't let it eat you up. Eyeball. Is that all he's got to say? One man's misfortunes, another man's the sustenance that is life. What about over here? What's down here? Can I rotate my camera around? I can. Lovely. Let's do that. Let's see what's over here. Arms injured. Wait, what? He slightly injured his arm. by trying to have a 50% chance of pushing that. Wow, good start. That's my RNG all over, boys. What if I try and do it again with him? Ooh, repair kits, consecrated Promethean mix, and a rad pack. Collect all. If I press I, do I bring up my inventory page? Oh, look, here we go. We can see what we're carrying here. This is little stuff. Okay, so this is like a heavy machine gun. Nice. Right, so he has got... So do we see his slight injury here? Yes. So how do we expand and heal this? So now he's got this slightly injured. Hit chance and damage dealt are reduced by 20%. One stage of critical effects is removed after every battle. Medkits, some abilities, and resting in a save code can cure critical effect as well. Is it a critical effect? I mean, it says it's permanent, but it's kind of... It's got a light, you know, yellow portrait, which makes me think it is just not so serious. Red would be more serious. It does say slightly injured, so that is good. Hey Simon, thanks for sharing the live. And hey Krim, how you doing? Yeah, apparently you can play as an Elder. There's like an Elder character as well in this, which is pretty cool. Right, so we've got these guys. Let's see what we've got here. We've got a multi-key, universal lockpicking tool. It's been a while since I played the Rogue Trader as well, so I need to refresh my memory with what all the stuff is in this game. So melter charges. Right. Looks like we've got like ring positions as well. Boot positions. You can have a cape and a helmet to boost him up as well, which is pretty sick. Cool, cool. Right then, let's... What should we do here? So I want to try and see if we can figure out how to heal. Can I use a med kit to heal this guy from the from her? Med kit. Restores 31 H wounds. In combat removes one critical effect from all parts of the target body. Out of combat removes all critical effects from the target. So I've already got 2 usages of this row, right? How many people have got med kits? Let's see what happens if I do that. Is that going to work? There we go. So I've used up... Oh, wait. Did he use up both of them? The med kit is now gone. Completely. I thought it had 2 charges by the look of this, but maybe it was only, what, the 1 charge? Why does it look like it has 2 charges on it? And then I come over here, it only says I've got 1 in the bag. I'm kind of confused about that. Mobility. Do we jump up there? Okay, I think we have to work our way around there somehow from another angle. Yeah, we don't go just there just yet. I think we need to go all the way around the top. Alright, let's proceed through the gate. Why are they going that way? Go this way. Something wrong with the pathing here. Hello there, upper hivers. You need to know a couple of things before you go any further. The grimly man proudly shows off the illumined tattoos glowly dimly under his skin. I'm here to make sure everybody knows what's right out the gate. The Baron and us, his carvers, are in charge of this town. We'll keep order here, so watch yourselves and you'll be good. I've had colder receptions. Can you tell me about this place? Show the sigil. I'll do whatever I want and watch whoever I want. Let's not antagonize the locals. Let's go with the first option, I think. Hey, Sensei, how you doing, dude? Let's ask him this question then. Can you tell me about this place? Alright, listen. You're in the lower town. This is where all the outcasts and lucky sods live. And then you got the divers. Don't mess with them. They're under the Baron's protection. From here, you can get to the upper town. That's where the Baron's lair is. along with the local fanatics. The flock of repentance. Blast them. You're better off not going outside the town. There are upper hivers digging around on one side and ferals living on the other. The Baron drove the ferals out of town, and now they'll pounce on any scrap of meat they can find. Okay, lots of different characters here we've got now. So we've got Flock of Repentance. Who are these divers? Yeah, we want to know all about these guys. So who are the divers? Local fishermen. Who are the Flock of Repentance? They're fanatics. They scorch their feet and break their fingers in the name of the God Emperor. Tell me about the ferals. They used to be a small problem, but ever since the Baron forced them out of town, they've lost their minds from hunger. Okay. Upper hivers, who were they? The likes of you. I see. Good. Just make sure to watch yourself. Everything will be fine. Take care, Upper Hiver. Don't get yourself in trouble. Right, here we go. Okay, let's have a little wander around here now. See what's going on. Let's investigate this little section of people. What's going on over here? A crowd of onlookers and the owner of the chest are watching you closely. I could lose a sleight of hand, but wouldn't I aggro all the locals trying to uncover this? Can we save? Let's do a save and test this. So who will it open? Sleight of hand, the best character, 70% chance. Where is she even at? Why won't she do it? It's not given the option to do it. I think the game should pop up with an error message saying why I can't do it. I assume it's probably because there's a lot of people standing around nearby. But maybe we can investigate that later. What's this growing up out of the ground? This weird weed or something. What's over here? Who's party members? So it looks like we could have actually a maximum of 6 party members. But we can't seem to get the ogre in or the Eldar character in just yet, by the looks of it. Got work. What else? What's this live? I guess it'll be over soon. Right, where should we go, guys? Should we go down left or should we go to the right? Any suggestions? What a big area to explore. Red puddles and all these like spikes sticking out. What's this over here? Well, that's just rotating my map around back to default view. That's my inventory button on the right. Journal. Inquisitorial journal. Or the map. Okay, cool. Okay, we've shown plenty of nice little loot. Okay, so if we go to the right, there's lots of loot spots on the right-hand side here. I think it's... looks like that's the way I need to go, right? Yeah, well, no? That's my screen. I'm looking... yeah, that is the direction I want to go. That is the loot from that group of people there. This is kind of Rogue Trader game, yes. What else did I need to pick on? So that was the map. Arceum Serpentis, and then we've got formation. Oh, I can choose the formation. That's kind of cool. You can choose them to adopt a different formation. And that's the log. The locals have locked the passage on the other side to keep the sermon excited crowd from forcing its way into the residential district. Wits. A symbol daubed in blood, comprehensible to the dull-witted residents of the Hab. So this is how the local preachers mark the houses of those who are insufficiently zealous in their service to him. Ooh. Oh, there's somebody trapped in here as well. What's going on with this guy? Let me go. Sibilius the infallible knows I was just hungry. He's got a tool for an arm as well. Oh, what's going on here? Cutscene. Oh, damn. Oh my god. Oh, damn. Don't mess with this, Ogrin. And we just casually walk up to him like, yeah, what's up? Let's have a chat. The Ogrin before you is so huge that it makes him look like a walking slab of rock. His body bears enough burns and wounds to kill any ordinary human, and yet they barely seem to be a nuisance to this giant. He takes a menacing step towards you, raising his weapon with a growl. Look at the Ogrin. Look at the Ogrin. Show your hands. I'm not the enemy. I'm not your enemy. The Ogrin freezes at your placating gesture. He shakes his head and looks back at the carnage he has wrought. The anger on his face slowly turns to disappointment when his growling gives way to comprehensive words. Not me, enemy. Sergeant, ordered to fight until reinforcements comes. All the enemies dead already. You're not the enemy, I thinks. Then, are you reinforcement? Giving a Medicaid kit. This should treat your wounds. Is he wounded? Guess we get more Medicaid kits. Go on in. For me? I'm not allowed. It's what the sergeant says. The Ogrin seems torn. But he's not here, so I'll take it. He grins in satisfaction, and his gigantic hand snatches the Medicaid kit from you. Tell me your name, Ogrin. The Ogrin hesitates before showing you the tattoo on his biceps. 0118B. Are you actually called 118B? Yeah, in Tory number. But you can call me Cog. That's what the sergeant calls me. What happened here? We was on patrol. These ones came at us. He gestured at the bandits. Wounded the sergeant. He gave me orders. Hold this position until reinforcement comes. The sergeant went to cover the rear, he said. I think he ran away and left the Ogrin to defend for himself. Use him as bait. Who is in command of your units? Sergeant Uli, 10th Platoon. Silitan, no, Stilatan, Fools, alias 12 in Sinven. That's right, I think. Metal test succeeded. Evidently, the Ogrin is talking about the Scintillans Fusiliers Regiment of the Astra Militarum. Some of the bodies around you are dressed in their uniform. So you're alone out here? No one else from your unit survived? The Ogrin furrows his brow in annoyance. I'm with Sergeant Uli. He went to get reinforcement. But he'll be back. Hamar. Oh god, another voice. Well, how does Hamar sound, boys? do we do Hamar's voice? I don't even know what I want to do for him. This is the problem with this game. I'm already exhausted from doing the Ogrin voice. You know, I'm already feeling the strain in my voice from doing his voice. This game needs voice acting so badly, man. I don't know why Owlcat refused to add voice actors for their games. Use my voice changer. What have I got? I mean, I once if there's a Mechanicus voice, I probably could do a good Mechanicus voice with like the I need to hear myself, but how does this sound? If I sound like this, does this sound like a good Mechanicus voice? How about this one? Does that sound good? What about this? Is this a good Mechanicus voice? Testing 1 2 1 2. No effect. Oh, the effects isn't working on. Okay, how about this? Does that sound good? This is a Mechanicus voice. Potential for another Mechanicus voice. Okay, so you don't have robotic effects, I guess, but we're looking for. Yeah, I'm not sure which one to do, to be honest. I need to think of another voice for this. This guy seems like he's going to be rough around the edges, but always sound the same. Great, thanks. I wouldn't count on it, pal. Hamer scoffs and turns to you. I can't help but wonder why a squad of Fusiliers had to meet an inglorious death in this hole. But what matters right now is we can't abandon the Astra Militarum property, which is in abhuman hand, which is what this is abhuman is. Either he'll end up in the wrong hands, or he'll cause a lot of trouble if we leave him unsupervised. We have to return him to command. Not to mention, these boneheads are terribly expensive. The loyalty of this paltry-minded abhuman deserves more than what he has received for his faithful service. You cannot be allowed to remain here without the command. 0118B, you are the property of the Imperium and must come with me until the matter has been cleared up. I got orders! Ogrin stares you down with the obstinacy of a grox. Sergeant said hold position! Until Sergeant says so, I'd not leave position. Perhaps I should look for the Sergeant. The Ogrin thinks for a long time. I ain't not know, but the Sergeant was wounded. That's bad. Should find him, maybe. I don't know what the Sergeant looks like. Come with me and you can help recognize him. Yeah, let's do that. I got orders! The Ogrin scratches his bald head in puzzlement. But the Sergeant's been gone for long. Maybe he got lost. Maybe more of those ones attacked him. Have to find a Sergeant. Alright, we'll go. But the Ogrin sniffles loudly and points to one of the dead guardsmen. Can't lead Fusiliers like that. There's bugs here, and those reinforcements are always late. Just at the servo Ossarium, I'll inform command about the bodies. The Ogrin nods grimly. The entire time that you spent establishing a connection, conveying the message, he looms over you like a dark, silent mountain. Faction reputation received. Sicilian Fusiliers, 30. Ay. Alright, you'll command until we find Sergeant Orley. Then he'll command. He knows what to do. Alright, now we have the Ogrin in our team. Sweet, cool. We could have just left and who wouldn't have been in our team, but now we do. Right, what do we got here? Turn on. Initiating Vox frequency tracking mode. Is this going to help me locate the Sergeant that is missing here? Lots of range. What am I supposed to do here? Something, if I turn my map around, is there something hidden in here? I'm getting warmer. Out of range. Maybe it's down here. Okay. Oh no, it was getting. Oh, we're getting warmed over here. What the hell is this? Ooh, let's do a quick save again. Where are we going now? Ooh, goods. A maglev impeller, some sealed hermetic infusions, and universal power cell. Sweet. There's some loot there. Lovely. Right. It seems like it's getting warmer the more we're going over in this direction, but we can't go that far anymore. Maybe it'll get warmer if we go around to the left here. Alright, let's go around to the top over here. Let's turn on this, get the psycho to work on this. Has he turned it on? Is he working or what? Oh, there's some things swimming around in that water down there. Is he using this correctly or not? Is he bugging out? What's going on here? Maybe... bugged, maybe? I don't know. Okay. What's this creature they're all eating? Oh my god, look at that thing. What the hell is that? My god. Absolutely terrifying fish they've managed to slaughter by the looks of it. Jesus Christ. Right, so if I press map, we can look around to find more loot. There's some loot to our right over here, I think. Oh, we can climb up here, that's good. Right, where's the loot at over here? We should be right on top of it, supposedly. Aha, it's right there, nice. Ooh, a fire grenade, lovely. It's hidden in the corner. What's he doing? How did it go again? I put my faith in pain, and thus my faith grows. No, that's not how he said it. Let's move everybody down here. Inspect this with the Medicaid. Carcass of the sea monster shows clear signs of mutation. The precise cause remains a mystery. Right, looks like we can go further into this area, but there's plenty of loot in the area behind. I want to check all the loot spots first before we keep proceeding. Let's run back here real quick and make sure we grabbed everything. Oh, there's a door here that we missed. There we go. Door is locked with a heavy-duty padlock without a key, not even an explosion. Do I not have keys? I thought I had like multi-universal keys. Yeah, I got a multi-key. Well, I guess this might be a quest item that I can't open. There's some good loot in here. Right. Is there another way into this room here, I wonder? Oh, I think we might need to jump. Yeah, jump from here down into this room because it's open top. How do we get to here, though? How do we go over there? Okay, so we can't go that way just yet. There doesn't seem to be another way around the top there. That route is blocked off to me at the moment. I can't get through there. And there doesn't look like there's any other way to go at the moment. That way is sealed off as well. That's where we came from. That isn't a way through there, is it? No? Okay. I think the only way we can go, guys, is this way. Stop worshipping your corpse god. Alright, what do we have here? A hermit? I have a shadow living in my head. It's watching me. I have to behave or the shadow will come out of my head and kill me. That sounds like heresy! What's that, 30? Do I shoot this and open up a passageway through this area, or what? What is that all about? We have over here excavation sites, so I can go to a new area. What's that? A reinforced container, heavy corroded. If you drop something heavy on it, it will surely break open. Okay, there's a rock there. Do I get up there? Right, there's a lot of little puzzles by the looks of it. Let's go up here maybe first. Who's this? A novice? Who are these guys? Let's talk to that guy. Victory over heresy comes from the unbreakable truth faith of his servants, but in this place, faith is snuffed out. Maris Portum is doomed, she says. Who are you? You seem important. Deaconess Envida. A stout woman in loosely ecclesiarchy robes stares at you in astonishment. Am I truly allowed to behold an agent of the Golden Throne? One of those who fervently serve the God Emperor within the ranks of the Holy Inquisition? Saint's blood, I can hardly believe it. I am Deaconess Invidia, a servant of the Adeptus Ministorum. By the will of the God Emperor, Cardinal Ignato himself has permitted me to bestow blessings of the Clixie cult upon the worthy. Okay. May I see the blessings when available to me? Blessings here. What do I do? How do I... Is this where I can sell stuff? Or do I... how does this work? Sell all junk? This is considered junk? Is this not ammunition for me to use for my guns? No? Is it really junk, guys, or not? Because a lot of this stuff seems like... Because I'm just trying to remember back to when I played a bit of Rogue Trader. I can't remember, like, normally when you play games like this, when you sell all junk, that just means just sell stuff that's not worth anything. But by the look of these items, they seem like they have some kind of use. Like, I feel like the battery, the universal power cells, I might be able to slot in somewhere. The maglev seems like it's going to be extra ammunition. They look like junk since they have 0 description. Maybe I should just sell them. Reputation, here we go. So we have the Scintillion mission, the Lath Worlds Fleet, Scintillia Fusiliers, so that's the Imperial Guard on this Hive world, by the looks of it, and the Lucidians, who I have no idea who those guys are at the moment. Right, is this the stuff that she's selling? Yes, this is the vendor. So she's selling this. Right, Medicaid kits. So yeah, we want to buy more. We've already used up 2 of my Medicaid kits. There's a bolt pistol. Multi-keys are very expensive. Oh, there's an Ogren heavy bolter here. That's very expensive. I'm kind of curious what my Ogren has at the moment. Oh, and there's like loads of armor and stuff to buy. Oh, wow. Self-repairing armor? Yo, look at that. The cost of these things are really expensive. Right, we'll just settle the junk. We have 138 I do wonder if I should be spending my money here to buy a couple of things, or should I save it for other things? It's always the thing when I play these games that have like a currency system. I'm always thinking, like, is it a good idea to buy stuff? Because a lot of the times you might just find the stuff lying around anyway in the map, and it's not really a good idea to spend your money that way. Oh, well, I think I might purchase 2 medkits. Just to have the... If I go inventory... How do I scroll through my characters? Okay, you... Right, you need a medkit now. He hasn't got a medkit, but... Who did I... Okay, we've got the spare medkit, I think, and that's what we have in the box there. Okay. Does the Ogre... What weapon has the Ogre got right now? He's literally just got a club. He hasn't got a gun at all. Hey, Witch, how you doing, buddy? Right, so... What else has she got on the dialogue options here? What is your position in the ecclesiarchy? Several cycles ago, despite my unworthiness, I was raised the esteemed rank of Deaconess and entrusted with the vigil over the requiems of the Scintilla. Such service alone is uplifting, but aiding true heroes such as yourselves. Nvidia closes her eyes and whispers prayers of gratitude. What has brought you to this place? Thousands of times I have prayed to the God Emperor to grant me a chance to serve the Imperium and humanity. And so at last there came the hour to choose who among the clerics would accompany the Blessed Sisters into these lands. It took many pleas to be given a place in her retinue, and now, with the greatest devotion, I aid the defenders of humanity. I appreciate your assistance, Deaconess, but I must go. May the God Emperor guide you towards the shortest path to your enemies. Okay. Is Hans reading chat today? Every time you guys say I don't read chat, I then read the chat that says I don't read chat. Oh, sister said, oh, that's the person we were looking for. What's this as well? Oh, what are we doing? Are you in your right mind, Acolyte? Don't strike like that, and I will consider it tantamount to heresy. Wait, I got in trouble for doing that? What did I do for that? Sister Septimia studies you with a steady, appraising look, making something inside you clench. Acolyte, Leander de Tarrel's acolyte, I remember you. Rarely does one meet acolytes who bear the burden of their duty with such zeal. Continue to be steadfast in your undertakings, and you shall learn the grace serving of the God Emperor. Lord Inquisitor Zerb sent me to assist you, sister, yet I know nothing of your objectives. I thank the God Emperor for this. Corruption cannot disturb an empty mind, for now you need know only what I tell you. First, Inquisitor Millicentilia has lost the greater part of her servants in this hab zone. This has slowed her investigations and consequently our joint work. Find what happened to them as soon as you can. Otherwise, Inquisitor Millicentilia will be forced to spend time she should be devoting to saving Calixis. Second, my servant Dircus was made to contact with the local preacher, Eximus. His orders were to question Eximus and bring me to the particulars I require. The Sister of Battle compresses her lips into a thin line. Dircus has the gall to not present himself before me. You must descend into the bowels of this rotten place, learn where Dircus is now, and bring him to me. You will not recognize the servant by the robes of the ecclesiarchy, black hair cropped short, and the implant plate set into his forehead. Since when are we obliged to act as lackeys for the Adeptus Sororitas? Septimia turns a heavy gaze on your companion. The Lord Inquisitor has transferred all of you to serve under my command for the duration of this mission. Therefore, at present, you are to follow my orders. What happens afterwards, only the God Emperor knows. Are you suggesting we search the whole Hab Zone to find Durkas? To avoid fruitless searching, go to Confessor Ximius, head of the Flock of Repentance. He dwells in the so-called Upper Town. You will find him at the very top. The workers' devotional service should be drawn to a close, so you may pass through the gates freely. I say that I sent you, and he will reveal every secret. You arrived with sufficient haste, so I judged Durkas could not have been swept away in the toxic surge. Bring him to me alive and whole. Do you work alongside Inquisitor Mycentilia? Inquisitor Mycentilia is conducting her own investigation here. Her efforts are, without doubt, directed at supporting the Tyrantine Cabal. Yet, upon learning of my arrival, she did not see fit to join my righteous mission. Our talks about working together have stalled, and she now avoids my company. Wit's test has succeeded. Her frosty tone leaves no uncertainty, despite her attempts to make light of the situation, but there is no love lost between the Sister of Battle and the Inquisitor. Given Inquisitor Mycelia's dire circumstances, it is all the more surprising that her agent, Sister glanced briefly at the data slate she holds in her hands, Rufinus Scragg, is probing the Maris Portum Sectorius on some mission. I must know what he is trying to sniff out. My people have lost track of him, therefore I entrust this task to you. Right, case is opened. On the trail, Klug, Mycelia's agent. Right, we're going to find this dude as well. Right, okay, bloody hell. According to the report, the agent bears an old burn on his face and an augmentation on the lower part of his left leg, below the knee. These distinguishing features will guide you in your search. You want me to spy on the agents of another Inquisitor? Yes. I want to be kept informed of the developments, and Mistress Mycentilia is slow to share intelligence. My people are needed here, but you are a different matter. So Scragg's whereabouts are unknown to you. He was charged with watching the agent fail in his duty, and now pays the price for that negligence. This, however, was merely a temporary lapse. Oh, I guess I'll have to do whatever I can then. It is heartening to see that you grasp the significance of this mission. Find the preacher, Decorus, and return him. The objective is clear. I am not finished yet. Since the last tidal surge, people have been disappearing from these parts. Most of the missing were certainly swallowed by the raging flood, yet others vanished afterwards. People continue to go missing. On some nights, as many as 50 can be unaccounted for. Among other tasks, you must discover what became of those unfortunates and who is responsible for their disappearance. That is all for now. Go and see to it. I've got to find all the missing people. Bloody hell. See, so much I have to read in this game, dude. Why does Owlcat not voice act these guys? I don't feel like, you know, they put so much time and energy crafting the amazing environments, the characters and everything. I feel like it wouldn't be that much more of a burden on their finances to afford voice actors for these roles. At the very least, they need to add a system where people could even, like, add in a mod pack where they've done their own voices for the characters, you know, because I'm sure many people would love to voice these characters. Does anybody know why in chat that they don't voice act all these characters and we have to read it? Honestly, I generally think it'd be so much more immersive if they added it in. That's what stopped me playing Road Trip 2. Exactly. That's why I stopped playing it as well. It's just way too much reading. And I feel like we're already an hour into this, and I feel like we've not really done anything. We've not had any combat yet. All I've been doing is reading. We're trying to figure out different characters. So why was she getting annoyed at me trying to have a go at this? And we've also 91% towards where the sergeant is. We're trying to find the sergeant wherever he might be. Is he close over here? Has she got the sergeant's thing? Is the sergeant over here somewhere? Why is he really close on the right-hand side? Maybe he's in the building over here. Sister Septimia's banner, it commemorates an obscure saint on the order of the Sacred Rose who devoted her life to service. The Battle Sisters Field Bunker, the module design allows it to be deployed even on more unstable ground of Maris Portum. I really wish the text wouldn't disappear so quickly and I have to click the button a second time. It's another annoying thing. Quite dark actually, but yeah, I can see. Kind of looks like a Japanese rose, kind of like Oda Nobunaga's symbol kind of thing, isn't it, on that? Right, so where are we now on the map? We are in the corner. There should be some loot next to Septimia. Did we not find it? Oh, there's some there. A plasma shock generator. Okay, loot obtained. So, we need to go to the evacuation site. I do feel like there's so many other places on this area of the map to go explore, but I guess we'll talk to you real quick and sell the junk again. Just get the extra money. So, one thing is interesting, that if I head to this point in the map, the Sergeant's Vox signal is really strong. But where is he? Is he down there in the... Well, he can't be around. I don't see any body or anything around here. That's a cool banner there, though. That looks really cool. Right, I guess we climb back down. Who's this guy? This cognition unit is registering an approaching layperson. High probability of ensuing communication. What is the reason for your inquiry? Oh, this is him speaking. I need a robotic voice. Do I not have a robot? I swear I had a robotic voice. Right, does this work? Does this sound robotic? Oh, so they do. Yes, we plan to add full voice overs for Dark Heresy. Well, that's good. That's my main gripe with this game. If they fix that, then I'd way more likely play it. But this is an alpha, so maybe they've not added it in yet. How's the voice, guys? Does it sound like a robot? Maybe if I add a little bit of reverb in, do you hear that? Does it work? Yes or no? Anyone? And is anybody there in chat? Allowable. Not great.
If I had the vocoder on, does that now sound better? This cognition unit is registering an approaching layperson. High probability of ensuring communication. What is the reason for your query, layperson?
The entire demeanor of the tech priest, from flickering ocular lenses, the nervously clenched fingers, exhibits extreme tension, clearly triggered by your presence. Who are you?
This cognition unit carries the designation USS M88. It is part of the late Blood Fleet cognition stationed at the Expeditionary Corps in the Marisport Sectores. The unit executes regulated issue of equipment from the Adeptus Mechanicus repositories on condition of adequate access level.
Sound like I can't hear. I don't know what I sound. I can't hear what I sound like, guys. So I'm asking you. Does it not sound good?
This cognition unit carries the designation ESOLIS M88. He is part of the late World's Fleet Cognition Station at the Expeditionary Corps in the Varisporum Sectoris. Which one's better? Oh, that one. This one is megaphone.
This cognition unit carries the designation ESOLIS M88. He is part of the late World's Fleet Cognition Station at the Expeditionary Corps in the Varisporum Sectoris.
So this was the one I was using earlier, the vocoder. This cognition unit carries the designation ESOLIS M88. Is also alright. I need to hear myself. Okay, on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, there we go. Hello. Hi. A telephone. Hello. Testing. 1, 2. Testing.
Hello. That's not bad. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hello, hello.
Testing 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2. Well, that one sounds right. Sounds a bit more robotic. That one sounds good, I think. Let's try that. Okay, here we go. This cognition unit carries the designation ESOLIS M88. He is part of the late World's Fleet Cognition Station at the Expeditionary Corps in the Varisporum Sectoris. The unit executes regulated issuing of equipment from the Adeptus Mechanicus repositories on condition of adequate access level.
Is that one is that the best so far? You don't like it? You don't like? No? Should I not bother? I'm just trying to find which would make sense. No. I think I had, was it voice mod? I had voice mod as well. Just trying to think what would be the best voices to put on for this. The last one was the best. What was that one? What, just the radio?
The radio voice is one. I can take the reverb off. I've got a little bit of reverb on beforehand, but now I've got it off. Is this one okay? Do you guys think that this one was the best one? Right. This one sucks. Hang on. Alright.
Shall I just not bother? Just do my own voice. My own voice with just a little bit of reverb on. This cognition unit carries designation ESOLIS M88. How often have you used that since? Or what my VT, the voice practically never. To be honest, I've barely used it. I think I need to reinstall the voice mod program to get it working. I think I do have voice mod, and that has some decent voices, so I could try and use that in future. But we won't worry about it now, because otherwise it'll take me ages to set up, so we'll just jump into it. Okay, let's keep going, guys, with the story. So, what do you do here? Isolis M88 provides maintenance for sacred mechanisms in the service of the Sisters Septimia's detachment. Currently, primarily duties are being executed due to unsolicited communication, causing the unit to experience grade 5 torment. I need equipment. Right, what do you sell? He seems to sell pretty much the same kind of stuff as before. Cloak of the Zealot. Oh, he's got rings and stuff as well. Cool. So there's lots of goodies here that I'd like to grab, but I can't. If I sold my whole inventory, I could get 438, which would allow me to then maybe buy a Cape of Authority. But is it worth sacrificing all my gear to do that? Probably not. Alright, we just found that guy. Right, so I guess we go down to the excavation site, yeah? That does appear to be the only way at the moment. Off we go. Right, new area. So the two characters we haven't seen yet are these two guys. Old school RPG. It's kind of like, yeah, it's got the kind of turn-based strategy elements once a fight starts and things like that. But quite a lot. It's a bit like Baldur's Gate, I would say, but 140k. Who the hell are you? Oh, that's the other Inquisitor. We can proceed to the next stage of the interrogation, though you will find it even less to your liking. No. Poor guy. Maybe I missed something. No, looks like we're just gonna go over here and have a look what's going on over here. Here we go. I do not look like an Inquisitor, my main character. Looming over the Recollier curled up on the ground, Inquisitor asks for what does not seem like the first time. Have you remembered anything? Acolyte Gareth. We have guests, Inquisitor. Acolyte Dario, the acolyte who has been prowling around Maris Portum. That's him, mistress. Inquisitor Mycelitia turns to you, wipes the blood off her blade, and slides it into the sheath attached to her belt. Anton Zerb's the newest protege. I thought you would make an appearance sooner or later. Mycelitia's gaze shifts to Epone. Spes, I have not seen you in some time. It's a pity that you've decided to use your talents in the service of another Inquisitor. Epone gives the Inquisitor a reserved nod, but does not say a word in response. I am here to provide assistance in your mission. Is that so? I did not request any assistance from the Cabal. Mycelitia examines you, tapping a finger on the grip of her pistol. Her hand lingers near the clasp on her holster, then relaxes. Since you are here, that means you were sent by Lord Inquisitor Zerb. Only he knows about the mission. Gareth, see to the witness's wounds. He is not permitted to die before the end of the interrogation. Dariel, I'll be waiting for a report on your progress, on our progress. As for you, she looks back at you. Your arrival is best evidence that the Lord Inquisitor is losing patience. Isn't that correct? Hey Bacon, how you doing, dude? The Lord Inquisitor wishes to know the reason for your prolonged stay in the Maris Portum Sectoris and is offering his assistance. I'm only a messenger, Inquisitor. Please stay your anger. Is there any way I could be of help to you? Sure, she's the one thing. My expedition team has gone missing from the excavation site. Workers, disciples of the machine cult, and guards. It started with the first seaquake that hit this hab zone. The workers complained of fatigue and ceaseless nightmares. This is not a local incident. People all over the Maris Portum Sectoris are suffering from similar symptoms. Many of them have likewise disappeared without a trace. More and more are going missing every day. Reports have shown that these disappearances are systematic, so we can rule out natural population decline. Something evil is at work here. We must learn why people in the Hab Zone are disappearing, and you will begin your investigation right here in my camp. Even an amateur could see there are signs of looting. It might have been more than one group. Was it several? Find out. Reconstruct the events that took place at the camp. I graciously give you my permission to use the sacred mechanisms bestowed upon the Ordo Xenos by members of the Cult Mechanicus. The Inquisitor gestures to several bulky cogita cases. One of them bears an inscription in calligraphy writing under an abundance of purity seals. It reads, Hollow Invoker. 4 invokers acquired. And do not forget to interrogate the witness. She nods at the body writhing at her feet. The old man knows something, but it seems my methods have caused him to lose the last of his memory. I do not have the time to coax the answers out of him, so you will deal with it instead. When you are done, report everything you've learned. Any questions? Hollow Invoker? I've never heard of such a machine. That is unsurprising. This is a rare piece of archaeotech that even I have to go to great lengths to obtain. The spirits of such machines have the ability to briefly project hololithic images based on the archive data, be it pics, cogita records, or tactical diagrams. And what will you be doing while I perform this task? Militia's eyes narrow ominously. I have other equally important matters to attend to. And asking me such questions requires a level of trust that you have not earned. Okay, chill. What have you been searching for down here? Shh, do your job, acolyte. Oh, God. You said my task is to learn why people are disappearing the Hab Zone. Would it not be better to focus on finding the workers instead? It is true that rescuing rabble is not my responsibility. However, I cannot ignore the fact that there is some connection between the time frames of these disappearances, both of my people and the locals. There is also the mysterious circumstances of these disappearances and the spread of nightmares in the Hab Zone. As for that connection is, that is for you to find out. Try not to announce to all of the Maris Portum that the Inquisition is operating here. Militia glances at your unassuming attire. Though, even if you introduce yourself as the Lord Inquisitor, I doubt anybody in this place would believe you. Mind me, right, I'm ready to start my investigation. One of my specialists is already investigating the lower levels of this excavation. Find out what he has been able to discover. Take this amulet. That way, he'll know I sent you. Celia pauses to think. I expect the two of you to work together on this. I need results. Strange charm. Right, and she's going to wander off, I imagine. Right, so we're going to need to do something about this dude here. Right. Why are you so scared of telling the truth? I know everything already. I simply want to hear it from you. What's this here? An authorization code is required to access this sacred machine. it because he's in the way? Why is he not able to... Is this bugged or something? Because it says 80% and I'm clicking it and nothing's happening. Maybe it's just the alpha and it's not working properly yet. The old man looks up at you, exhaustion written in his empty gaze, his dry fingers fiddling mindlessly with the edges of his bloodstained rags. Acolyte Gareth. One of Millicent's acolytes nods to you. It is a rare fortune to see an acolyte of a dead Inquisitor not to follow him to the grave on the Cabal's orders. Epone paying the acolyte not the slightest attention, Epone gives you the witness a cursory look before turning to you. Numerous signs of bruising, superficial damage to the surface layers of the skin, apparent loss of integrity in some of the smaller bones. The procedure was performed with sufficient expertise to ensure that the witness would not expire, yet retain the ability to feel pain. Still, I would recommend refraining from further application of violence given the subject's age. Glare at the what do we do? Glare at the witness menacingly. I'll tell you everything. If you tell me everything, you'll live. The old man nods with visible effort. Tell me what you've already told the Inquisitor. And don't. What do you know? Yeah, let's do that first. Yes, Master. I used to scoop grease off your food fats here, trading it for rations at the market. First time that great machine of yours went all quiet. I waited a little, came to see what this place was about. I saw intruders here with weapons, so I hid in one of them bats. They didn't spot me, and that's where I've been hiding every time since. But now you found me after all. He weakly jerks his shoulder in the direction of the acolytes. Describe the intruders. About a dozen of them there was. They had guns, scary folks. Could have been bandits or such like. I didn't get a good look at them, but they weren't here for the food vats, that's for sure. What do you know about the nightmares affecting people in Maris Portum? Oh, I know about the sleep sickness. When the sea started shaking, that's when the nightmares came. Everyone came down with it. Those flock of repentance folks say it's the God Emperor warning us, telling us to repent. But I don't know about any of that, Master. I just want to get by. Tell me about this flock of repentance. Believers from his congregation, Master. They've lost their way, though they've all forgotten St. Syllabus's name. And now they say everyone should cleanse themselves through pain. They say that's how we can serve the God Emperor and save ourselves from nightmares. They have a leader. Fancy old name. I forget what it was. But I did see their marks around the camp. Written in blood they were. Have you noticed anything suspicious in Maris Portum? I have, Master, I have. The old man perks up. There's those divers lying by the shore. Madmen, all of them. I tell you, one day, there I was, walking along the shore, seeing what their sea might have brought. I look over, and it's them divers, chanting something. Or maybe it was witchcraft, I couldn't tell. And then they started dumping corpses in the water. I took off running. It was horrible. Diplomacy 100%. Okay, that's good. Can't fail, purely can't fail this. Is that everything? Excuse me. Is that everything? Don't forget. The more you tell me, the better your chances of living. Diplomacy test succeeded. The old man's gaze suddenly clears. The Baron! The Baron's orders were that no one was to come near this place. Those armed intruders, they look like his lot. Kill the witness? Dude, we can... Is this XCOM 100%? Oh yeah, 100% egg. Yeah, it still could have a chance to fail. Kill him? Are we going to be that type of guy? Maybe he has family. Right, listen here. This is my thought process, right? If he has family and that family learned that we killed him, they're going to want revenge on him. If we let him live, more likely chance of us being all right. But he could be part of the bad guy gang that we don't know of. He just says we're just trusting his opinion, you know. So is he? Maybe we. You know, the best thing for me to do is probably just get him to stay there, and then we can ask him questions later. Kill the family. Yo, guys, what are you doing? Kill the family as well. If I say you're free to go, the other acolytes might object. I think the safest option is just say, stay here. All you hear in response is the old man's quiet whimpering. Thank you for not killing me, Master. If you let me go, I swear I won't run my mouth off about any of this business. Oh yeah, let's steal all our goods. It's an alpha, be evil. But I can't, man. It's not. I don't want to be evil. What's that? Oh, look, there goes the Ogren. Just jumping over that gap. Part of an ancient structure is buried under the rubble. This ruin was of no interest to the expedition. Ancient structure? Necrons. Every time I think of an ancient structure, I just immediately think of Necrons. If we come back to him, can we... Is there the option to then kill him? Maybe it's a good idea to wait and to... Alright, down we go. Thing is, if we do kill him, maybe the other Inquisitor might have wanted to interrogate them later. And, you know, I mean, killing them is final, right? It's not in my interest to maybe do it. Roll the... I swear this is bugged, because it's not giving me any kind of error command to say that I failed the roll or whatever. It's just not doing anything. What's that? There are knife marks on the inside of the vat. Someone tried to scrape off the hardened leftover porridge. Or someone was that really hungry. What's this? Open the container. Ogren, yeah, get over here, buddy. What's in here? More goods. Torture instruments. Well, now we can go back to the guy and torture him if we wanted to. What's that? Examine. The tracks left by the steel-toed work boots are intermingled with numerous other prints. It's difficult to work out what happened here and the chronology of events. Let's do a scan. Ooh, nice. Install the hollow invoker. Now what? Is it doing it? Do I interact with it? No? Uh-oh. Who's this? Who do we have here? Ah, it's an elder! Ori, an inhumanly tall figure encased in outlandish armor, appears out of nowhere. The ornate helmet drips and a distorted otherworldly voice reaches your ears. I see you bear the pendant of the Inquisition Marcellia. Greetings, emissary. May he steal our hearts, so that we might banish all doubt of righteousness of humanity. May he grant us the strength of being just distribution of the enemies, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm getting bored now. I'm getting tired of reading all the text. Right. It's indicated by a slight turn of the helmet. The armed figure throws a cursory glance in the psyker's direction. And may fate grant you the reason to subdue your innate aggression when you should. Correct. The Inquisition sent me. Your arrival is timely. I just finished my rituals of perceiving. Inquisitor Mycentia isn't squeamish about the tool she uses. She's brought in a Xenos sorcerer, and right under Septimia's nose. Heresy. The heresy of pride, which spurs one to believe it's one's own exceptionality, and the heresy of consorting with the enemies of humanity. You are one of the Eldari, sentient highly enemies of humanity. You have guessed my race, but I'm no foe to you or your tribe, Inquisitor Mycentia, and I have both forged a temporary alliance, one that benefits us both. I must admit that the Inquisitor has always adhered to a principle of tolerance towards alien species capable of communication. Okay. A truly unique individual among your kind. So, you are to meet the Inquisitor's associate with whom I'm supposed to meet? The stranger is silent, as if giving you some time to realize the pointlessness of your question. Finally, a somewhat disdainful sniff comes from beneath the helmet. Judging by your reaction, Inquisitor Mycentia did not deign to enlighten you about the identity of her associate. What kind of sorcery did you just use? Like an earless person querying the melody of a song, you are trying to understand that which you are incapable of grasping. Abandon the tempt, small creature. I have no time to waste on fruitlessly explaining my gift. God, they're always so pompous, aren't they, Eldar? To business. You should have information for me. Inquisitor Mycentia wishes to know if sorcery was involved in the disappearance of her underlings. Sorcery of a special kind, which has its source in the darkest corruption. The Xenos takes the Inquisitor's pendant from your hands and continues speaking in a changed melodic tone. I hear the echo of what your kind calls Empyrean. Warp. However, in this sound I discern not the foulness of that which the monkey call the arch enemy, but ancient fatigue and the malevolence of a twisted mind. Tell me more about this echo of the Empyrean. The helmet turns as though the creature is pondering your request. Several seconds elapse in silence. It is powerful, all-consuming, and at the same time feeble. Like the sigh of a song lost in a labyrinth, sorcery of monstrous power that served its purpose, whatever it was, and then vanished without a trace. Hans is killing me with how he says the words. What words are you referring to? I do not know how to pronounce some of these stuff. A lot of these stuff is difficult to pronounce. Empyrean? Is that not how I'm supposed to pronounce? Monkey? The malevolence of a twisted mind, but not the arch enemies. The Eldari shakes his head. Your people are too young, and your perception of existence too rudimentary for you to comprehend the Empyrean in any depth. They don't say monkey. They don't call you monkey. They call them monkey or something. Monk. Like I've heard Eldar say the word monkey before. They say monkey or something. They don't say monkey. Like they do say it like that. They don't actually say. If you listen to it in other video games, that's not how they pronounce it. They don't say monkey. They say monkey or monkey. I will only say that the corrupting forces from beyond the veil hold sway over many creatures. There can be no doubt that the secrets of such species lie in the past of this sector. Secrets whose very revelation would imperil your feeble oh, dude, I hate this person so much already, dude. The investigation is straightforward, but I have a few questions about you, Eldari. Save your breath. I am a way seeker, and I am here because Inquisitor Mycentia is offering me protection on my mission in exchange for my gift. Those who follow the path of the sea among my people are much more in tune to the Emperine, and our manipulations of it lead to far fewer consequences than your fumbling. Inquisitor my Celestial has chosen my skills over the assistance of one of your witches. The Inquisitor is offering her protection, but you're a Xenos. A way seeker, what is that? I am a guide and navigator for my kind. My gift enables me to chart courses through the webway and in real space. The helmet tilts slightly to the side. There exists another application for my gift, but that knowledge is of no use to you, and it concerns only my people and our sorrows. What are you doing on the human world? Your kind cannot hope to generally claim ownership of any planet, small creature. I am unwilling to reveal the reasons for my presence here. Suffice to say that I'm seeking a path to salvation out of a ring of darkness, away from peril far greater than the discord between our species. A ring of darkness? You're speaking of the Noctis Eterina, so humans are not the only ones suffering from this tragedy. This surprises you? Curious. When the archenemy forces burst through the veil from their dimensions and defile the world of things, no species is safe, not mine, or yours, or any other. Emperine. Why not saying Emperine? I'm saying it like that. Emperine. Was it Empirine? Is it Empirine or Emperine? It's basically their word for warp. I'm interested in ancient Xenos species that is somehow connected to the Tyrant Star. Do you know of it? The Xenos tilts his head slightly. I can guess what you are referring to. The echoes of their song whispers across this world and here as well. What a salvation are you talking about? You are overly inquisitive for a human. I'm a fucking inquisitor, you mong. So of course I'm going to be inquisitive. You are overly inquisitive for a human who has casually crossed my path, and naive for you to expect my candor. If your heart is troubled by the thought that a Xenos is plotting evil against the monkey, or the monkey, on this world, then it need not be. I am only here to do my duty, to seek a way. The Inquisitor is right and is offering her protection, but you're a Xenos. My name... Come to your senses, Acolyte. Do not make this mistake. The armor-clad figure sweeps an appraising eye over you. Perhaps we could... Were it not for my arrangement with Inquisitor Mercedia, I have no interest in the company of a monkey that will simply be underfoot. The Eldari raises his hands in preparation to work some sorcery. Then he suddenly pauses. The face's helmet turns to you. Lathriel. How the fuck am I supposed to pronounce that? Lathir? Lathir. My name is Lathir Penathreth. Small creature. Stop calling me small! What are you doing now? I'm just gonna wander off. Oh, there's some goods up there. Go grab that. Alright. The surface body is covered in notches and wounds, and someone methodically carved patterns into its flesh with a knife. Law Heresy. The distorted signs of the ecclesiarchy, the symbol of Marisportum religious fanatics, can be discerned in the blood of scribblings. That over there. A large four-toed footprint is deeply embedded in the ground. The mud around it has been turned up to cover the tracks of the four-toed intruders. We have a servo sentinel. The mechanisms of the broken servo skull creak in futile attempts to restore functionality. What do we have here? Someone has ripped out the sacred circuits from the guts of this cogitator. The console is shattered and a bundle of sparking cables protrudes from the casing. Shit, what did I just do then? I just blew something up. Fucking hell. Clear the rubble. Come on, Ogrin, get over and clear that rubble. Who's this? Dead Adeptus Mechanicus dude? The tech priest body has been severed in half. The cut looks unnaturally even. A code amulet. Now we have these codes, which we might be able to access that system on the thing here. That's good. What's that? The servitors at the bottom of the pit have frozen into unnatural poses. There are no apparent signs of damage, and yet they seem to ignore all commands and make no attempts to return to camp. They're just... They zoom down and look at them. Just chilling there. It's hard to see from this angle. Yeah, they're all just chilling at the bottom of the excavation pit. Okay. The crates scattered around the camp have been crudely forced open. If there was anything of value inside, it has already been pilfered. Scan. Registering evidence of forced access to the storage. Incident classified as act of sacrilege and subversion of the authority of the Holy Order entry archived. So we'll keep installing these things here. Looks like we're going to have to probably put all four of them around this area. The ground is covered in iridescent stains. A thick, oily stench clogs your nostrils, but cannot completely mask the smell of blood soaked into the dirt. Confrontation between two armed groups. A fragment of the column has splintered off and the metal near it is melted, both pointing to a shot from a las weapon. Then what do we have over here? Next position 10, temporarily occupied by Inquisitor Marcelletta. He's still not going to come over and do anything with that, no? Right, let's look at this last thing over here. There is nothing in the containers except for the smell of physaline that makes your throat itch. The workers could have not used up the entire supply of explosives. Someone must have stolen it from the excavation site. Last one going down. Right, here we go. Press the tech use button on the pop-up. What button? Oh. Ah, shit. Okay. That's what I got to do. Hey, Mug, bro, I've just booked my school into Warhammer tournament at the Warhammer World in Nottingham. Oh, I've never been there before. I hope you have fun there. I'd like to try that. Thanks, Before. I didn't realise that's what I needed to do. What did so I lifted this up, and now what? What did that do? I'm trying to figure out what that did. It's given way to, what, blood stains on the floor here, or oil slicks? What was there before? I wasn't really paying attention. That achieve something over here, maybe? Or did that just lift down the ramp again so we can leave again? Alright, let's do this. Who attacked the excavation site? A large four-toed footprint is deeply embedded in the ground. The mud around it has been churned up to cover the other tracks of the four-toed intruders. The bog beast probably attacked. And then over here, why are there tracks from work boots here? The expedition members left the camp. The expedition members were taken away by force. The work boots do not belong to the workers. The bog beats attacked the workers and dragged the bodies away. It is difficult to work. Where have they taken them? Which they're going that direction by the looks of it. Where would they be going? I mean, if it's intermingled, they might have been taken away, but I'm not seeing any of the footprints that the... If we look over here, where's the other footprint? Here you can see the footprints of the beasts. But I'm not seeing those over on this side. So did they just run away? It says here that it's intermingled. Attacked by the steel-toed workers are intermingled. Maybe we'll come back. We've got some. Let's look at the other ones first. Who took... Maybe bandits are more likely to take the supplies. Why would bog beast take it? The man's gaze suddenly clears. The Baron's orders were that no one was to come near this place, but those armed intruders, they looked like his lot. Can I swap that around? Oh, look, it can change it around. Through the bandit. Bandits sound like they would steal stuff. Who was attacked? Expedition members. And then do I just say... Is that right? What's this over here? The screen lumens flickers. Someone must have angered the machine spirit. Foreman's reports. Oh, look at this. Foreman's notes. The investigation of the evidence provided the following information. Okay. The Eldari believes that the disappearance of people from the excavation site is not a result of actions of ordinary mortals, so it wouldn't be the bandits, maybe. According to the foreman's notes, some members of the expedition had begun secretly following the teachings of the Flock of Repentance. I want to look at the foreman's notes, please. Can I look at them? Why not? How do I look at the foreman's notes? Just picked up. Okay. The Eldari claims to sense echoes of incredibly powerful warp sorcery at the excavation site. Right. Missing from the excavation are crates of Visaline. Someone was attempting to cover up the presence of strange creatures at the excavation site. Oh, why would they do that? What do you guys think? Anyone got any ideas? Any theories? So basically, what we have here is we have an expedition team. They were working on something, doing the excavation, of course. They were then attacked, but were they attacked by these kind of like bog beast dudes? And then the bandits then shot later on, and they just looted the place. But why would the tracks be covered up? Why would the bandits try and cover up the bog beast tracks? Wouldn't they want to make it seem like the bog beasts were the culprits and not them? So maybe the bog beasts actually... Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually kind of... I don't know. One of the bodies that's been found on your table is severed by a monster, yeah. Identify key features for comparison. These parameters will form the basis for analysis. The other half of the body is missing, and no trace of its movements could be found, as if it vanished into thin air. The internal fluids left by the post-mortem, most likely due to the rockfall. All across the primary wound area, the vessels and fluid tubes were cauterized at once. I've never seen such a neat and clean wound. So something hot sliced this individual. There is no scientific explanation for what could have cauterized the wound, so that not even a drop of blood spilled from the body. The other wounds were inflicted posthumously, probably due to external impacts. Okay. What about the Catachan dude? Look at this clean cut. Look, it's been done with a lance cutter, but the caliber is non-standard, so it's not an Inquisition issue weapon. Dude, that was not related to this issue at hand. Okay. This is interesting. I'm kind of liking this. Like, I'm trying to figure out this puzzle kind of thing, you know, proper Sherlock Holmes style kind of like figure out what's going on here, which I kind of like. So what have we got going? I'm not sure. So why? That's the big question I want to know. Why would they cover up the tracks of these little these kind of beast guys attacking? How will I know when I've got it right? Maybe we'll chat to Inquisitor Marcentilia and ask what she's got. Here, the Acolyte Thethria has already informed me that you've told of your findings. I dare say what you told me might be the truth. Assistance. Some things are more accessible to the cunning mind. Blah, 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 blah. Awareness test succeeded. You cannot help but notice the thrum of tension in the Inquisitor's tone and the look she casts at the Eldari. It seems that, despite her confident words, she's anxious about the Xenos presence in her unit, most likely due to the dangerous proximity of a sister battle to the excavation site. Dude, this guy's a bit of an arsehole, but I don't know, maybe he can... I mean, it'd be cool to have an Eldar in the army. I mean, the more people we have, the merrier, right? Out of the question. As of yet, you have not proved yourself capable enough to be permitted to have dealings with the Xenos. Do you think I would entrust a Corsair ally to a bumbling incompetent? Provide me with a reconstruction of the events and I will consider it. A question of witness. Did you plan to inform me every time you sneeze? Draw your conclusions, submit a full report. I'll return later. Right, okay, so I have to figure it out if I'm right. What if I'm wrong? Kind of curious. Yeah, you probably can tell her the wrong thing and she'll be like, that's not right, you're a noob. Oh, there's some good stuff. That's what... Okay, there was a hidden box around the back of that's why. Oh, we got... Oh, a flame shroud. At the start of their turn, the wearer's armor durability is increased by, I think, if each burning unit in combat. Can we... She's got a flamethrower on her inventory. Can we give her the cape? Hey, and now she's wearing it? Dude, it's pretty cool. Nice. It's cool. This game's growing on me. The only issue that I'm having so far with this game is the fact that it's again, the dialogue. I have to read everything out, but right. So I'm just thinking then. So got the workers would be taken away, but who were they taken away by? Marble footprints. What have I said so far? The work boot tracks do not belong to the workers. What? I mean, how? They were dragging the well, no, because they got footprints. They wouldn't have dragged them along. Why would the bug beast drag them? I think the expedition members were just taken away by force. The crates scattered around the camp have been crudely forced open. Crudely. It might be the clue there. Would bandits crudely open something? Or more likely bog beasts who don't really know how to open things? Maybe lacking intelligence would crudely open something is what I'm thinking. Bandits, I mean bandits might be stupid and they might crudely open something as well, but I wonder if the word crudely there is a big indication of who opened it or not. And then who was attacked? Well, surely it'd be the expedition members that were attacked. I still want to know why over here. Let me have a look over here again. A large four-toe footprint is deeply embedded in the ground. The mud around has been churned up to cover the tracks of other four-toed intruder bandits. So, has it been covered up on purpose? It's just as it's been churned up. It says to cover. It's purposely to cover, but it could have just been happenstance that there was the beast footprints, and the other people tried, came in afterwards, and they just inadvertently covered it up. Someone has ripped out the sacred circuits in the guts of this constant shed, and a bundle of sparking cables produced from the casing. Maybe we could go back and ask the witness again? We have the torture things. Like, why would he tell me? That's what I'm thinking about the witness. Can we trust that witness? We could try and torture the witness some more, than maybe, because she tried to torture him to get information out, couldn't, and I didn't really apply any pressure, and he just, so I'm thinking maybe the witness has got more to give. What do you guys think, chat? Any suspicions? I want to get this right and not mess this up. Could save it and then save scum, but I want to see if I can get this right. Yeah, save scum. Should we just save scum and see if we did it right? Should I have gone maybe up? I can always come back down. Let's go back up real quick. Let's see if now that we have we picked up the torture kit, so we might be able to do something else with this this guy up top, right? Awaken. Oh, we might be able, we grab some codes. We might be able to awaken the cogitator spirit as well. Here we go. This might give us some more information. It is immediately apparent that this cogitator has been maintained well. The machine spirit responds to your request eagerly. The vid screen lights up with the words authorization successful. Access Evil Acolyte. View the inventory log. The vid screen shows a record of all the machinery units deployed at the excavation site along with the serial numbers. There is a foreman's confirmation note below. Engine sees reports. Higher level of access required. Most of the entries contain nothing unusual. The last one, however, does catch your attention. It seems the sentries spotted armed individuals attempting to approach the excavation site undetected. The guards eliminated the trespassers who upon examination were found to be members of a local gang. So maybe it was the bog beasts that looted the cache. Because the local gang is probably a reference to the bandits as well, and they've seemed to be taken care of. So maybe the bandits weren't even involved in this main scuffle down here. Yeah, they attempt to approach it, so they didn't even get close. They weren't even in there, so maybe it wasn't them. But I've not had a pop-up to say that's more information. Maybe, did I get more information? Here we go. Local bandits were watching the excavation. The camp guards shot at anyone who came close. It says they were dealt with, so they didn't attack the camp because they didn't get close. Right? So it wasn't them. There we go. We got 80% chance crates of fire seed have gone missing from the camp. See, look, if we killed this guy, we wouldn't have been able to ask him this in this next thing over here, right? Interrogation, 80% chance. Crates of fire, right? 8% chance. Knowing my luck is not. I'm gonna save scum here just because I want to know. I really want to know what's going on here. Things the RNG chance. 8%. Are we gonna succeed? We did. Interrogation test succeeded. FISA what? Saints. I don't even know what it is. It's not my place to know, but I did see crates that just looked like the ones you all have in the upper town. I did. They're heavy. It took the whole group to carry them. I can't say where they were headed though. Do you know who or what left the four-toed footprints? Footprints, you say? Some accursed mutant, maybe, but none that I've seen, Master. No. He doesn't know, but I think, is that all the information I can gather? Over here it was just examine the excavation site. Workers, guards, and members of the district disappeared from the excavation. Right. I guess we'll just go with see if we're right in our assessment then. We've got as much information as I probably could get. So, what do we reckon then? So yeah, the local bandits were watching most of the entries, attempting to approach. So this makes it sound like this was away from the excavation site, though, right? So I think this is a, you know, I have a feeling that Hmm. So yeah, I think they were fighting the Groots. And then maybe the Groots then came and stole the supplies as well. Do we see any footprints here of them? The bandits didn't even make it here. Fanatics. Or was it Fanatics that took the supplies? I mean, we've got this symbol over here. Maybe the Fanatics took it? Does it say the Fanatics took... Expedition was taken away by force. The boot tracks do not belong to the workers. Why are there tracks from work boots here? Is there any... Well, I assume the expeditionary members... Could they have just left the camp here, like on just a regular day back going home? This is really difficult. Is it supposed to be this difficult, guys? Am I thinking this too hard? How are they? No, I think they're just leaving the camp. These guys are just leaving the camp. I don't think they're being taken away. They're leaving the camp. Or maybe... Hang on, I need to assess this as well. Someone was attempting to cover up the strange tracks. The Alderi believes the disciplines people from the expedition is not a result of the expedition's ordinary mortals. They must have been taken away, though. Oh, hang on, this is interesting. Some of the members of the expeditionary had begun secretly following teachings of the Flock of Repentance. Maybe the expeditionary force pretended they got attacked by the beast boss, the bog dudes, as an excuse to cover up their tracks while they were doing something sketchy with the kind of heresy stuff, with chaos. Am I overthinking this? Missing expedition. I kind of want to look more at the foreman's notes here. There we go. This is what I wanted to read a minute ago. Location. Layers of rock removed. Total of 3 disciplinary violations were observed in the shift. Going outside the perimeter without authorization. The perpetrators were questioned thoroughly. Okay, perpetrators doing belief stuff. 3 workers absconded to join the heretical sect. Permission to eliminate the request. To eliminate requested. Awaiting orders. Establish a curfew for all personnel. Honestly, I feel like there's not enough information for me to go on here. I'm not sure. Is there nothing else that can give me a bit more concrete evidence on what happened? Thinking. So let's just have one last little look over here again on this. Examine this. So the tracks are left by the steel-toed work boots and typical with numerous other prints. It's difficult to work out what happened here. Can I I'm not seeing any of the beast's footprints. It's really hard to tell. But it looks like, I mean, if they're leaving in this direction, they're heading, like, would they have been taken by against their will about the way they would normally would leave from? Because going this way is like their normal way out of the system. Maybe they were taken this way. Got to be some other piece of information that I'm missing here. We have, we have this las bolt. A fragment of column has been splintered off. The metal near it is melted, both from pointing to a shot from a las weapon. So there was a scuffle. Someone using las weapons. I assumed that the expedition members would protect themselves. So I think they were getting attacked. So I think I've got that right. But I think they might have been attacked by fanatics. Actually, why do we think the bog beasts are over here? Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. I think the bog beast came afterwards, and they're the ones that maybe crudely opened and grabbed the supplies. I think the fanatics are likely to be the ones that caused all this because of the chaos corruption. But do we think that they just left? No, they were taken away. They must have been taken away because they've not obviously come back. They can't have just left. I think they've been taken away because they've gone missing, haven't they? So they must have been taken away. Yeah. Right, we'll lock in this. I know it's taking a while. Sorry, guys. I'm just really wrapping my head around this. I think this is right. So I think the fanatics in the excavation team attacked the team. Scuffle broke out. Another big nasty monster came in, killed the Adeptus Mechanicus priest dude, and later on, the Kroots came in. These bog beasts came in and grabbed the supplies. However, if that is my assumption, then if we come over here, it says that the tracks from the bog beasts have been hidden. If they came the loot after, oh dude, I don't get it. No, if they came after, their tracks would be the ones that would be more fresh because they would have been churned up. Oh, I don't know. All right, fuck it. We're just gonna. All right, let's see what she thinks. She's probably gonna be like, "You dumb motherfucker." You think my camp was ransacked by bog beasts? An interesting theory. Why not? We'll have to look for bird-headed mutants wearing Inquisition uniforms. A skirmish took place here, no doubt about it, but you're overlooking an important detail. If my people had been in the camp, no one could have got in. Not even all of the mass porters had attacked the perimeter besides. No one could have got in. Not even if all... Yeah, but it was the fanatics themselves inside the expedition itself that betrayed them. What about the strange footprints you found? I assure you there are no four-toed mutants in my expedition team. You think threats from some ragtag bandits would induce an armed Inquisition expedition to leave their posts? I find that hard to believe. Luther's voice sounds strange when it unexpectedly begins. Your embassy's conclusions are tenuous because the tracks at the expedition sites contradict each other, whereas the truth is not what it first appears. Someone took pains to ensure that the trace left behind was so confused in the mind of whoever might... Yeah, exactly. That's why I knew that, but... I knew there was something you weren't telling me, Corsair. I saw no reason to state that which is so obvious. I should not have forgotten that I'm dealing with Monkey. Was it the Aldari that tried to cover up the tracks? Why would he? What's in it for him? We still don't know what's in it for him, right? Either the way we have a disputed piece of evidence, these tracks leading out of the camp. Look, they are crisp, clearly made by heavy work boots. But I already said my people would never leave their post willingly. Yes. Find out where they lead. Can you manage that? Something strange is afoot in Maris Porter. My agent, Ruffinius Scragg, has been working undercover in this God Empress Forsaken place for several months already. We were due to meet at the excavation site, but the latest seaquake cut off our communication. Track him down and help him with his mission. If necessary, tell him that Lady M sent you and he will aid your investigation. Am I permitted to know the particulars of Agent Scragg's mission? I tasked Scragg with investigating a clan of swamp mutants on the outskirts of the Hab Zone, assessing their usefulness to the Tarantian Cabal. These are his reports. Study them. That will be enough to start with. Succeeded the law test. A quick scan of the reports leaves you no doubt the bog beasts the Inquisitor is referring to are a clan of Xenos, the Croots. Yeah, I thought they were Croots. Evidently, my Senatilia and her people referred to this unsophisticated nickname prefer to use this unsophisticated nickname given to the Xenos by the ignorant lower hive dwellers in order to rid the clan of unwanted attention, or perhaps somehow use the Groot to their own benefit. How will I recognize him? Phineas prefers to cover his face, but if you pay close attention, you will spot other signs, his augmented lower left leg. Any other questions? Since we are done with the reconstruction, can I take over your arrangement with Lantry? Very well, I'm not opposed. Time will tell if this small creature can live up to his word. For now, I will trust my instincts and consent to change the agreement. Okay. Fine, Acolyte, now the 3 Karen is your burden to bear. Do not expect it to be easy. Speak with me in the place where we met. I want to discuss exactly your newfound patronage will benefit me. Sister asked me to find out what your agent is doing in the outskirts of the Misprotum. Think carefully about what you will tell her. Betray the Inquisition and it won't just be your career that comes to a swift, invidious end. The Croots. Clever indeed. It refers to the Kroot, the carnivorous Xenos native to a different part of the galaxy. This clan has settled on the outskirts of the Hab Zone and has been under observation by the Exordo Xenos for some time. Keep its existence a secret until the mission is complete. This case is not as simple as it appears. Do not rush to any conclusion. Turn over every stone in the Maris Portum before you send your case report. The task is to dig until you uncover the truth. Do not pin the blame on the first person you meet. Find out what happened to my workers. I hope you understand me, Acolyte. So did we succeed that? Was I right in my assumptions? It seemed like she wasn't convinced. The Kroot purpose in life is to absorb the right best strand genes for the evolution of their race. Okay. You think my camp was ransacked by bog beasts? Interesting theory. Well, not. We'll look for a bird-headed mutant spraying. Yeah, she didn't seem quite convinced, but that has popped up on my thing. That almost makes me think I was correct in that. The hidden tracks could be hiding, trying to hide they stole stuff. Yeah, maybe if they were like dragging big heavy crates with them out of the area with the Feisline in it, maybe they kind of then, you know, made more tracks in the ground to try and make it look like they weren't dragging those crates away. I don't know, I'm just speculating at this point. Pursue your leads. The work boot tracks left on the dusty ground lead towards the elevator, the way out of the camp. So we've been playing for 2.5 hours. We've not had any bit of combat at the moment, guys. But I am intrigued. This has got me. I'm enjoying this actually more, even though without any combat that's happened yet. I'm still finding like this kind of mystery is really interesting. I don't know if you guys are enjoying it as much as I am, but I am really liking trying to figure out what's going on here. They've done a good job of leaving it kind of mysterious and kind of like, oh, what, who's doing what, why are they doing it? And I like trying to, the one thing though is I want to know if I'm right on something, I kind of would like the game to tell me I'm right. I'm still kind of unsure if I am right or not about this thing, because it's the kind of the first kind of like case that we've been given. I don't know. This is an alpha. This is maybe a select portion of the game that we're going to play in the future. I don't know if this is like the beginning mission. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. I don't know. Hey, Mr. Hansen. Thanks, dude. Yeah. I feel like I do want to keep playing, but at the same time, I feel like I want to enjoy this game when it's fully done, with all the voice acting in, to really get me immersed. And if the voice acting is coming, maybe it might be a good time to wait until, before we play any more. But this has kind of whet my appetite for this. I think this is quite good. I'm interested. I want to know more. I want to keep, discovering more about this. I kind of wanted to get into a little bit of combat, at least in the first hour or two of gameplay right now, but we haven't really had it. What is the time? It's now 9 o'clock. I'm just thinking I want to go for food, but I also want to do another stream tonight of doing my Throwback Thursday session where we're playing Age of Mythology. I could do reload. Right, so we've saved this game. Can I not rename this and call this 1? We'll call this 1. And then, yeah, we'll reload. And then we'll see. Yeah, we'll load this. And then, yeah, try other opportunities and see what, see if we got it wrong or not. I think we got it right initially, but we'll see. She didn't really seem to comment about the fact that I said fanatics inside the group decided to fight people. So we'll come over here real quick. We'll change this to fanatics took the supplies, maybe. And then we'll say that they were attacked by bog beasts. And then to see what she says now. Just to see what happens. Okay. Now I'm kind of curious as what, how the dialogue options will change. Will she now call me an idiot? You think my camp was robbed by some fanatics? An interesting theory. Do you have anything to support it? Skirmish took place here. Yeah, same dialogue as before. You think threats from some ragtag bandits could induce an armed Inquisition to leave their posts? Seems to be the same kind of options here. Either way, we have one indisputable piece of evidence, the tracks leading out of the camp. Look, they are crisp, clearly made by heavy work boots, but I already said my people would never leave their post willingly, so they would have been escorted out by their own force. Didn't seem like much different. Yeah, it didn't seem like not much else changed. One dialogue option was like, fanatics took the equipment. But yeah, so it seemed that's kind of disappointing. Maybe it's setting the stage for a future event. Maybe. Fanatics, if they took it, Wouldn't they just take all the I mean, it looks like this guy's actually taking the crate. So yeah, I feel like Kroot still probably ransacked it. I'm not sure. Right. There's no real right option. Yeah, maybe. So guys, I'm gonna take a short break. I know I've only just done like 2.5 hours of this, but I'm getting quite hungry and I'm gonna go for food. And I think, you know, we've given it a go. I think it's good. Mr. Hans, I'm sorry. I do want to keep playing this, but I think it's a game that I kind of really want to play and really enjoy once it's like fully out, fully voice acted, and I can really get involved in it. At the moment here, you can see that a lot of the dialogue isn't voice acted, and it's kind of like ruining the immersion a bit, and it's also making me have to narrate every voice in the game. So I think it's probably be more enjoyable for me to wait, but it has given me a taste of what to expect. I did, like I said, wanted to see a bit of combat maybe, but if it's anything like what we had before in the other Rogue Trader, that was pretty decent. So yeah, I think, yeah, good first impressions. Though I'm a bit confused with this whole kind of like investigation here. You know, I'm not sure if I got it right, if I got it wrong, but we don't know until we actually get hard evidence. We haven't really got any hard evidence, so at the moment all we're doing is speculating. We've definitely got, we've got signs of fanatics, we've got signs of bog beasts, we've got some nasty beast that's just sliced the tech priest in half, and we've got the workers, the expedition crew, being forced out of the area. That's a hard piece of evidence because they wouldn't leave their point, so they've definitely been taken against their will. They wouldn't have done that otherwise. So that's the only kind of main piece of evidence we have. I'm gonna have some food. I'll be back after dinner, and we'll be playing some Age of Mythology. I think we'll give Age of Mythology a go and keep playing through that tonight, doing the Asian campaign in that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed kind of our first little couple of hours there of Dark Heresy. Very promising, and hopefully it's yeah, it's going to be top stuff when all the voice acting's done, because that's the main reason why I stopped playing Rogue Trader, because I thought Rogue Trader was pretty good, but I get so exhausted playing that game because I'm just having to talk so much with all the bloody text I've got to read. But yeah, have a good one, guys. I'll be back in a bit, and just going to have some food. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.